All right, let's talk about AI. Specifically, let's get into a blueprint for leaders who kind of feel like they're missing out. You're using it for the small stuff, but it hasn't really made a dent in your workload, right? Well, today, we're going to explore how to build an actual AI operating system that can completely change how you work.
So, what's the real deal with AI and productivity? I mean, you hear all the hype. A recent study found that, get this, 89% of executives say AI is making them more productive. But when you look at the actual data, it tells a completely different story. On average, they're only saving 16 minutes a week. That's it. That's barely enough time to grab a coffee. And that huge gap, that disconnect, is exactly what we're going to dig into today. Why isn't this amazing technology actually delivering for so many leaders?
And honestly, the answer really comes down to how we're approaching it. This slide breaks it down perfectly. You see, most people right now are using AI like a toy. Hey, write me a slogan, or draft a quick email. It's fun. It's a cool distraction. But the other side of this, and this is where the magic happens, is treating AI as your central operating system. I'm talking about the very core engine that runs your entire day.
And this really gets to the core of the problem for leaders. There's this quote that just hits so hard. You cannot mandate a transformation that you refuse to participate in. Congrats, you just made yourself the bottleneck. Think about that. If you're telling your whole team to jump on the AI train while you're still doing things the old way, you're not leading anything. You are the bottleneck.
Okay, so how do we start to fix this? Step 1, the brutal audit. Stop guessing, start knowing. And look, this is probably the single most important step in the whole process. And, it's the one almost everyone skips. Before you can even think about automating, you have to stop guessing where your time is going and start knowing, for real.
It all boils down to this one simple truth, right? You cannot fix a bottleneck if you don't know where it is. If you just start automating tasks left and right without a plan, you don't get efficiency. You just get more efficient chaos, and nobody wants that. This audit, this is what gives you the clarity to focus on the things that will actually truly free you up.
So, here's your homework. For the next 3 days, I want you to literally track everything you do in 15-minute chunks. And for every single one of those chunks, ask yourself, is this automatable or is this human essential? Automatable tasks are all that repetitive stuff, taking meeting notes, writing first drafts, chasing people down. The human essential stuff, that's where you come in. That's final decisions, tough negotiations, building your team's culture. That's the real work of a leader.
And when you do this audit, you might be a little shocked at what you find. So many leaders realize they spend a huge part of their day just being a human router. Taking info from a meeting, rewriting it for a Slack message, then summarizing that for an email. Let's be real here. That's not leadership. That's being a human copy-paste machine.
All right, so once you've done your audit, you know exactly what needs to get off your plate. Which brings us to step 2, build your agents. It's time to stop playing every instrument yourself. You're the conductor of the orchestra now.
And this is a really big mental shift you got to make. Stop thinking about AI as some generic intern you just throw random questions at. Instead, I want you to start thinking about it as a whole team of specialized agents, each with its own specific job. This is your new digital team, and they're ready to take over all those automatable tasks you just found in your audit.
And you can start by building out just a few key roles. You've got your AI chief of staff. They're handling all the high-level research and strategy. Then there's your AI PR agent, managing all your communications, both internal and external. You've got an AI delegator to turn your processes into simple guides, and an AI operator that connects all the dots and automates entire workflows. See how this is coming together? Okay, so you've audited your time, you've built your internal team of AI agents, you're operating on a whole new level of efficiency. So, now what? What do you do with all that time and brain power you just got back? Well, that's step 3, the branding engine. This is where we take all that internal power and we point it outward, turning your internal efficiency into external trust. But what even is good branding? We can get lost in logos and color palettes, but Alex Hormozi has this perfect definition. He says it's just a deliberate pairing of your business with good outcomes for your ideal customers. That's it. It's not about how you look, it's about the results and the trust you build.
And what's the absolute best way to create that pairing? It's content. Look, content isn't just another marketing task to check off your list. It's trust at scale. It's how you get opportunities to come to you instead of you having to chase them down all the time.
And guess what? Your new AI agents can basically run this whole process for you. Let's just walk through this content flywheel because it's brilliant. First, you source a bunch of top-performing videos in your field. Then you analyze them. You feed them into a tool like NotebookLM. Next, your AI decodes the formula for success. What are the hooks? What's the structure? And finally, you use that proven formula to generate your own new, high-potential ideas and scripts. It's a system. It takes all the guesswork out of creating content that actually works.
So, with your AI operating system handling all the execution and all the content creation, what's actually left for you to do? This brings us to the real goal here, the final step, evolving your role into the director. It's about evolving your job before it becomes obsolete.
And this quote right here, this might be the most important thing we talk about today. AI is getting better at execution faster than most leaders are getting better at direction. Just let that sink in for a second. Your value isn't about doing the work anymore. Your real, irreplaceable value is in your ability to provide clear, smart, strategic direction.
And this slide just lays it all out, plain and simple. The old role, the doer, was all about those repeatable tasks, getting buried in emails and Slack messages. Your new role, the director, is all about the stuff that is uniquely human. Your taste, your judgment, strategic vision, solving really complex problems, and building trust. These are the things that AI, for the foreseeable future, just can't touch.
So as you start thinking about building your own AI operating system, this is the question I want to leave you with. Look at your audit, look at all those low-leverage tasks that are eating up your day, and ask yourself, what part of my job am I going to fire myself from first?